In the year 2100, research on humanity's lifespan has skyrocketed, and due to this, a fitness craze has started, as humanity started to become obsessed with their youth. That was also the time when the holographic game, God's Domain, came into existence. The game functioned by simulating the player's real-life movements, which was a revolutionary mechanic that allowed it to become the most played game in the entire world. As such, many workshops for the game have also started to appear, and the stock prices of the financial groups that are backing those workshops grew as well. The years went on, and in the year 2139, this advanced even further. The story begins at the Shadow Workshop, where the protagonist, Shi Feng, is fired. He is extremely hurt by this, as he has sacrificed tons of things for this game, and made the Shadow Workshop what it is today, with Lahua also becoming a world-class financial group thanks to him. However, even after all of that, they dare delete his account and fire him, solely because he is against them merging with other guilds? The man who threw the papers at him smiles, and explains that he will get 5 million credit points and a mansion, which should be enough for him to live a comfortable life from now on. Like what a great philosopher once said, one should be content with his lot. Without any other choice, Feng accepts their offer, but he is still extremely distraught, as he has built an entire empire. But now, it was taken away from him, solely because they thought he was a liability. He will not let it slide. Are they really considering him a beggar? He will show them who he is, even if he has to start from scratch. Suddenly he falls asleep, and a certain ringtone wakes him up. So he picks up, as his friend Hazy is calling him. He explains that the Shadow Workshop is recruiting at their school today, which makes Feng think that this is a prank, something which his friend used to do a lot. However, that is when Feng looks at his mirror and notices something that shocks him. He has become young once again, and when he looks at the time on the phone, he notices that it's the year 2129. He has gone back 10 years. With that revelation, he goes outside to meet with his friend and thinks that he would have never expected for the great heavens to give him a second chance. But now, he will have his revenge on Shadow and on anyone who dared to betray him. Hei arrives at their meeting spot and notes that they should go sign up already, as there's probably already tons of people there. Feng stops him though and asks, if he were to not want to join Shadow and plan on starting his own workshop, would he join? He thinks that in the following years, Hei's managerial abilities will start to show, so he will be great in helping grow a workshop. Originally, Hei joined Shadow in order to support his family financially, so if that is his objective, he is sure to change his mind. Hei says that it's expensive to start a workshop, as even without the employees and their salaries, they would still need 80,000. Feng tells him that he is correct, but signing a contract with Shadow is equal to selling their souls. He does not want to be controlled by the likes of them ever again. Hei agrees that having their own workshop would be nice, but even if they put all of their money together, they won't be able to afford a single set of equipment. Feng then pulls him closer and explains that he should not worry about equipment, as God's Domain gives university students like them discounts, so they will use that and try the game out in 10 days. Hei wonders what they will be able to do in 10 short days, but Feng feels that it is plenty. He will manage the money anyways, so all he needs to do is relax for now. After this, he goes to shop for necessities and eventually picks up his headset, which is basic from what he used to have, but for now, this is more than enough. He puts the headset on, equips his gloves, and logs in God's Domain for the first time in this life. He is logged in successfully and walks a set of stairs towards a structure, and a wave of nostalgia hits him as he has forgotten what the old login pages looked like. It was really simple. Suddenly, an angel appears out of nowhere and explains that she will help him navigate the menus. First though, he must pick a job, with 12 available. He has tons of choices, so he should make his choice now. Feng picks swordsman, as this is what he had before too, and the angel asks him to create a name and avatar. Feng thinks that it will be okay to use the same name, but he will alter his appearance, as he doesn't want others to recognize him. The final part of the setup is to choose a birthplace in the Star Moon Kingdom, and Feng selects the White River City, as it's the 5th largest in the kingdom, and it's a great location for avoiding guild fights also, allowing him to level up whilst also keeping a low profile. After he is done, the angel transports him to the game world, but not before wishing him good luck. A ray of light engulfs Feng, and he arrives in a place called Redleaf Town, apparently a place he has been to before. Here, it can be seen just how active the game is, with tons of players gathering and doing quests. Feng checks his stats and finds that he has 4 free attribute points, which is a given, as a player is given 4 points upon leveling up, thus allowing them to build however they want. However, most people choose simply. If their role deals physical damage, they will prioritize strength. He did the same in his past life too. However, this time, he knows that agility is the way to go early, as he can do jobs much quicker this way. Agility raises one's movement and attack speed, so it's great to start with this attribute, but players will not find this out for a long time. Suddenly, he gets a call from Black Cloud, which is Hei, who explains that he chose the Cursemancer class and transported to Moonfall Town. Feng urges him to come to Redleaf Town, where he is, as he will help him with leveling up. But Hei is hesitant, as it will take him 7 hours to reach, and everyone is already leveling up. Won't he be left out? Feng explains that it doesn't matter, as with their goal in mind, to get enough funds to start the workshop, leveling up frantically, like everyone else is doing, isn't ideal. He also asks if he knows what a unique quest is, and Hei's eyes light up as he hears those words, as those are epic quests, and are called unique only because there is one in the entire server. Once it's done, it's gone for good. The rewards are also plentiful, so it's worth the effort. Feng arrives in a rundown part of town where only beggars reside, who immediately try to steal from him, but once he pulls out his sword, they calm down. He explains to Hei that there is a unique quest in this town. Hearing this, does he still want to level up in Moonfall Town? Hei is still unconvinced by this, as it will take him a lot of time to get there, but he also asks, how does he know so much? Is he perhaps in contact with one of the beta testers? Feng doesn't answer his question, and tells him once again to get to Redleaf Town, as after he's done with the quest, he will help him level up, and he promises that he will be able to level up much faster than normal players ever could. After their call is done, he approaches a specific beggar and asks if he needs anything. The beggar naturally asks for food, as he has not eaten in days, but Feng cannot fulfill his request. So he asks, does he have any other requests? There are many things he would do, for the right price of course. It seems that these are the keywords that activate the quest, as the beggar asks him to kill the mayor of Redleaf Town, Cross. Suddenly, a system pop-up appears in front of Feng, where it presents him with a choice. Does he accept the unique quest? Feng naturally chooses yes, as this is what he came here for. Next up, he goes to the town hall and waits in line for the mayor's quest, as it is common etiquette to wait in line. Feng analyzes his stats, 2,400 GP and 1,500 mana. With his current level, he will not be able to defeat the mayor even if there were hundreds of him, as this guy is just too powerful. However, that does not stop Feng, as he throws the tomato he was eating straight into the mayor's face, which naturally angers him, and so he jumps Feng, who seems to have a trick up his sleeve. 15 minutes before this, when Feng first approached the town hall, he noticed just how far the queue line for the mayor's quest is. So now he feels kind of bad that he has to kill him. Feng continued to walk right next to the queue line, but that's when one of the players noticed him and told him to go back, if he doesn't want to become enemy number 1 to every player that is waiting. Fen smiles and thanks him for the advice, but he shouldn't worry, as he's not here for the mayor's mission. But he also shouldn't be here, as there are tons of other missions that are better than this one elsewhere. The player thinks otherwise, as there are tons of other players waiting, so it must be good. He should stop trying to fool others like this. But Feng promises it's not to fool him, as he will give him a hint too. He should go and hunt monsters in the wilds, as it's more beneficial for him, rather than waiting in a line. The player notes that the wilds are filled with players, so the competition for mobs is quite fierce. He would rather wait here than go through that pain. Feng explains that he should go to areas with fewer monsters if that is the case, as the monsters will spawn slower, and with nobody having any patience these days, not a soul will be there. So it's a free XP farm for him. The player is quite glad to hear this, and asks him to tell him about this spot too, if he knows where he is. For this information though, Feng asks for 20 copper coins, but the player refuses, as they all start with 10 copper coins anyway. Seeing that the player is hesitant, Feng offers him a deal. He gives him the 10 copper coins, and he will send him the location. However, if what he said is true, and he is able to easily level up, he will give him another 10 coins. He told him all of this because he saw greatness in him, but if he doesn't want to, he can just forget about it. The player reluctantly gives the coins, and after the transaction is done, Feng goes to buy 10 tomatoes with the money he earned. This catches the eyes of 2 female players who laugh at him, as they both think he is a fool. Why would anyone spend their starting money on that? After that, Feng went to the mayor and threw the tomato in his face, while also calling him tons of bad names, in hopes to anger him further. His tomato assault continued, which made the other players waiting for the quest quite scared, as they never expected to see such a maniac so early on. Naturally, after such a shameful display, the mayor regards Feng as an enemy, and in a split second, charges in, almost killing Feng, who is now quite low on HP. The other players watch in amazement, as he shouldn't have been able to survive that. But that's when the mayor's face slowly morphs, and he suddenly becomes a werewolf. He charges Feng once again, but before he can reach him, the town guards intervene, as werewolves are considered evil, so it's their job to protect the town. Feng was aiming for this, but he needed to do it with tomatoes because they deal no damage. As if he did damage to the mayor, the guards would have also attacked him. But now, since the mayor has turned into a dark creature, the guards are programmed to kill him. The players, seeing this as an opportunity, also charge in, and notes of attacks are unleashed on the mayor until he eventually dies. Unfortunately for the players, the mayor did not drop a single item, or he did, but Feng took it, and he's long gone. After Feng gives the beggar his request, he thanks him from the bottom of his heart and presents him with an item that he hopes will help him in his journeys. Additionally, Feng gains 2,000 XP, 20 free mastery points, and a luxurious accessory box. He is quite surprised by this, as he did not expect such a generous reward, and chooses to open the accessory box right now, which upon opening, lights up the entire alley. The item Feng has gained from this is the Ring of Gravity, that despite the stat boosts it gives, also gives a skill, Gravity Unbound, which makes the user's body as light as a feather. Feng is extremely glad that this item fell into his hands, and decides to continue dumbing points in the agility stat. With that, his abilities will be comparable to that of an assassin. He also gains a level up on his swordsmanship, which increases his damage dealt. With this over, Feng decides to go to the Goblin Challenge, in order to obtain a skill book. When he arrives, he notices a few guys trying their hardest to complete the challenge, but to no avail, as their leader fails again and again. He asks them for more money, but they have already given him everything. They are also calling him by a certain name, Heartstabber. Feng knows this name, as this guy will become one of the top 10 assassins in the Star Moon Kingdom, but he really did not expect him to be such a weak man, so early into his journey. Suddenly, he spots Feng, and asks him for 5 copper coins, as he will return it by tomorrow with interest. With their guild being so powerful, he can also offer him an invitation. Feng accepts the offer, however. He wants 50 copper in return, which angers Heartstabber's minions, as this is downright disrespectful to their great master. Feng asks if he still wants to do the deal, and Heartstabber agrees, which makes Feng happy, as it seems it's very easy to make money around these parts. The minions ask if they have to pay him back, but Heartstabber wants to, as he's the leader of a guild, and surely today he will be able to pass the goblin test. The minions agree, although with a heavy heart. While analyzing the goblin, they notice that Feng is also taking on the challenge, which makes them laugh, as he is just a newbie, and he will get destroyed by the ever-changing attack of the goblins. Even Heartstabber only managed to reach 20 yards before being shot down. Feng gets ready, and at the count of 3 the challenge starts, with him running as fast as he possibly can the moment it does so. The goblins begin their rain of bullets, but Feng swiftly dodges them and goes through bullets without a single one hitting him. One of the minions is amazed, as he's extremely fast and avoids attacks. He might actually be able to defeat their boss. Heartstabber notes that he might be an athlete or a martial artist. That is why he's more agile, and the other minion bashes the one who dared to insult their master. Heartstabber thinks that this guy is definitely not ordinary. In any way, however, the pattern of the goblin's attack will change at the 15-yard mark, so he will have to face death, like he did time and time again. Eventually, Feng reaches the 15-yard mark, and the goblins pull out some chain pistols and begin unleashing hell on Feng in the form of bullets, but he dodges them and thinks that this time, it's his turn to cheat. While he prepares to defend himself, the minions laugh at him as if he gets hit by a single bullet. It means that he failed. So even with his sword, he cannot defend himself against so many bullets. However, when the bullets reach Feng, he expertly hits all of them with his blade, which causes them to stop in place. This comes at the surprise of the minion and Hearthstabber, as Feng continues to cut his way through the bullets. The minion screams at his boss. "That guy is already at the 25-yard mark. He will soon finish." Hearthstabber tells him to shut up, as he's getting on his nerves. This game just came out, however, in front of him is a player that can predict the bullet trajectories. He's even blocking them with his blade. His control over the player character is amazing. Suddenly, he tells him to watch out, as he knows what's up next, the Gatling guns. The goblins unleash a flurry of bullets like never before, which makes Hearthstabber think that this challenge is impossible. However, Feng goes past his expectations and defends himself with all of his might.